Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm gonna be listing off my top 10 favorite Iron Maiden songs of all time. Before I do that though, I have a list of honorable mentions that didn't quite make it to my top 10. Okay, so first off, for the first honorable mention is the song, the title track, "Number of the Beast." Um, I love that song, but it's just something that didn't quite make it to the top 10. And yeah, anyway, another honorable mention is Prowler from the first album. Can I Play with Madness from Seventh Son. From Here to Eternity from Fear of the Dark. The Final Frontier title track from The Final Frontier. The Book of Souls, title track from The Book of Souls. I don't know. I have quite a few honorable mentions. Fear of the Dark, title track from the album Fear of the Dark. Still Life from Peace of Mind, and Blood Brothers from Brave New World. Okay, now with all the honorable mentions out of the way, hold on, I actually have a list here just because, even though I know my top 10 majority of the time, a lot of these songs sort of switch spots all the time, except for maybe my top 3. But yeah, I always have the same top 3, but the rest of the songs always are swapped with one another. But I guess this is going to be my definitive list now. But yeah, okay. So I'm actually going to set that there. Okay, so number 10 is Purgatory from the Killers album. I love this song. It's very upbeat. This song has a lot of similarities to two other songs on the album, "Another Life" and I guess in a way, "Twilight Zone." Like, they're all really upbeat. Although "Twilight Zone" is a lot more like a really eerie, sort of creepy vibe as well. But yeah. But anyway, "Purgatory" is awesome. I love the guitar riffs. I love the bass. Paul Di'Anno has some really awesome, memorable vocals, especially in the chorus. Okay, so yeah, it's just a really awesome song. Love the artwork too, the single artwork. I get the single at some point. Yeah, I have the actual album, but the artwork is just so amazing. I really want it. Anyway, but yeah, it's just a great song. Alright. Next up is, which one did I have on there? Oh yeah, Wrathchild. Again, from the album Killers. It's slightly better than, Purgatory, just ever so slightly, in my opinion. Has a great opening, but unlike most Iron Maiden songs, it does not have a guitar solo. Sorry. Anyway, it doesn't have a guitar solo, which is odd, but it's still a great song. Like, the riff, even though it doesn't have a guitar solo, the riff in the song just really makes up for it. And then Paul Di'Anno has some of the most punkiest sounding vocals he's ever had on an Iron Maiden album. And that's a song that I guess they still play live. I was wrong that one time when I said that they haven't played that song live in years. But yeah, I guess they still play it live. But yeah, Wrathchild is at number 9. Number 8 is Wasted Years. I mean, my favorite song from Somewhere in Time, even though I think it's just a okay album, that song I always come back to. Like, even if I don't feel like listening to any of the other songs on the album, I always come back to listening to Wasted Years. And that was a good awesome song to witness live. Like, oh, that was so good. I was like actually kind of surprised that they brought that out during the Legacy of the Beast tour, considering the Legacy of the Beast tour, they were mainly focused on The Number of the Beast, and Peace of Mind, and not really Power Slave, but yeah, just that they're focused on the first two Bruce Dickinson albums for the most part. So I was really surprised that they brought that out. Wasted Years is just awesome. I love the guitar intro, and just I love the song overall. It's just really good. But yeah, number 7 is 22 Acacia Avenue. This is such a good song. It's one of those songs from the Number of the Beast album, or just an 80s Iron Maiden album in general, where it sounds so 80s. Like, it's... Hold on, let me adjust the screen a bit. Okay. It sounds so 80s. Like, it sounds like... Especially, again, in the middle section. Just like with Hallowed Be the Name, or, I guess... Not Run to the Hills. What's the other one? The Number of the Beast title track. Like, those middle sections, like, are just amazing and sounds so 80s, and I love it. This one, I love how Bruce Dickinson in this particular song does this sort of weird, like, okay, so, and I know most of the part he does this, like, sort of his usual vocals, but in certain sections, especially in, like, the intro, he does this weird semi-rasp where it's his vocals, but also they're channeling a little bit of his raspy vocals from parts of the Fear of the Dark album. But I really love that. I love those two vocal styles combined, where it's a little bit of the rasp, but also a little bit of his traditional vocals. But yeah, and that's awesome. The subject matter is pretty interesting too. I love how it's from a couple different points of view. And it's the second song in the Charlotte the Harlot trilogy, and my personal favorite of the 3 songs. Yeah, just really good. Where is that? Oh, yeah, number 6 is, oh yeah, that's it. Okay, sorry, I kept looking at the list. I keep forgetting because, again, other than my top 3, the rest of the songs have, like, changed spots multiple times over the year, like, I don't know, at least the past, like, 2 or 3 years. Anyway, yeah, number 6 is the song Iron Maiden from their first album, Iron Maiden. My favorite song from the album, and it's just an awesome song. Yeah, it's pretty short compared to their songs later on. Yeah, it's not very, like, it's very lacking in lyrics. Like, it's, like, only, like, the first verse and then the chorus, the rest of the thing. And then a second, like, a small second, no, it's not even a second verse. There's just first verse, chorus, melodic middle section, and then chorus at the end. But it's still really good, even though it doesn't have a lot of lyrics in it, like most Iron Maiden songs. Like, even for a Poliano era Iron Maiden song, it doesn't have a lot of lyrics, but it's still really good. And then that riff, that iconic riff, the everything about it is amazing. The only reason why I have it so low is because I think there's just songs that are slightly better than it. But yeah, a really awesome song and a really good one to see live. Next up is Aces High. My favorite song from Power Slave, and one of the only 4 songs from that album that I like. Like, I've mentioned in other videos how for Power Slave, I only like the first 2 songs and the last 2 songs. But yeah, it's just really great. It's one of the best. It is my favorite album opener of all time. It's just amazing. Again, it's one of those songs that's about world history, which I love that subject. Probably the subject I excelled at the most in high school. I just love history. So, anyway, yeah, it's about the I am just having a mind blank. Oh, it's about the British War. What was it called again? I don't know, but it's the one with the fighter pilots and the planes. I am really having a mind blank. I'm so sorry. I usually know what that particular war was called. but I'm having a mind blank for some reason. But anyway, yeah, I just love how like it's very fast paced. It has sort of a I guess you could kind of say the guitars in certain areas sound like the sounds of like the planes diving, like going down and like chasing after each other, trying to shoot each other down. And that guitar solo in the middle is just legendary. And then Bruce Dickinson is screeching at the top of his lungs. Ace is high. I mean, it's just a great song, and I really, in my opinion, it should that every time they've played live, it should have been the first song they played live. Every single show that from when they were first promoting this album to present, like they should have always opened with that song. It's just a great song. All right, at number 4 is Phantom of the Opera from their first album. Probably my favorite song, I guess, melodic wise, in a way. Like, it's probably the most intricate and melodic and progressive from the song from the Paul Di'Anno era, other than maybe Prodigal Son. But it's really like it's better than Prodigal Son. I hate Prodigal Son, but I love Phantom of the Opera. Like for me, because I am a huge fan of the Universal horror film from I think it was like the 20s. It's a silent film, but every time I listen to the song Phantom of the Opera, I always think of that movie, the one with Lon Chaney. And I love it, even though I don't actually own it. I have seen it like once, but I love it so much. I really have to actually get that movie at some point. But I love it, even though I've seen it once. It's just really, really good. Honestly, I'm surprised that they didn't have a music video to it. Okay, here's the thing. If they did have a music video to it, I'm pretty sure it would have been the band playing, like footage of the band playing live, paired with scenes from that movie. That would have been awesome to see. I really wish they had a music video like that. But yeah, it's just really great. Probably my favorite. My second favorite melodic midsection in an Iron Maiden song. I love how it's fast paced in the beginning, then it goes fast paced, then slows down, and has the melodic part, then not quite goes back to a fast paced just yet, like it's the melodic mid part. Then it speeds up just a little bit, but also still very melodic, and then it goes into the speedy, sort of like really sort of like speedy section, like in the beginning of the song. And Paul Di'Anno's vocals are awesome. Like he does a lot of more of the softer vocals that he does from time to time on the two albums. Like again, I really like his more punky, sort of furious, gruff vocals. But I also really like from time to time. I really like his softer vocals, his normal vocals, as I know some people would put it. We're not really fans of metal and just say normal vocals or yelly vocals. I don't know. I've dealt with a lot of. I know a lot of people who aren't metalheads. There, I know both family and friends who always refer to metal as screechy vocals, or like yelly vocals, and then non-metal vocals or softer metal vocals as normal vocals. But anyway, so yeah, it's just a really great song overall. Really awesome subject matter. I think it was based off of either the play or the actual story. I think it was based off the actual story. But yeah, really great song. Next up, number 3 is, of course, Hallowed Be Thy Name, the end track to the Number of the Beast album, and my favorite album closer of all time. Ugh, it's really dry today. It's a combination of the heat and me just talking super fast. It really dries out my throat. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so what was it again? Hallowed Be Thy Name. Okay. Sorry if I'm all over the place today. My screen is very grainy for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, Hallowed Be Thy Name, my favorite album closer of all time, and my favorite song from the Number of the Beast album. It's just so perfect. Like, I can't decide whether I like the studio version better or the version from Beast Over Hammersmith. Like, those are really great. Like, I can't decide which one I like better. I know I like one over the other better, but I can't decide. But I can't decide which one. But yeah, it's really, really great. I love the bell chime in the beginning. And it kind of, for better or worse, reminds me of the bell chime in the song "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica. Yeah, even though I don't like Metallica, it kind of reminds me of that bell chime for some reason. Or another one, I can't remember what song it was. There was another song that I have heard that also has a bell chime in the beginning. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, from the bell chime in the beginning to the awesome mid section where it goes very melodic and has that really awesome guitar solo. To the very end where Bruce Dickinson, he shouts out the words "Hallowed be thy name" for as long as he possibly can, and then presumably runs out of breath right after. I could only imagine. And it's just It's just an amazing song overall. Again, I can't decide whether I like the studio version better or the Beast Over Hammersmith live version. But yeah, it's just a really great song. It's my number 3. Number 2 is the title track "Killers," from the album Killers. My favorite Paul Di'Anno era Iron Maiden song. It's just, again, perfect. Like, it's probably the punkiest. No, I'd say Iron Maiden is the most punkiest song. The title track of the first album. But I'd say maybe this is the second most punkiest song. Like, it's just really, really good, and it has my favorite guitar solo in an Iron Maiden song. What a great Dave Murray solo! Like, I don't know if it's my favorite of the Dave Murray solos, but I know it's definitely my favorite of the Iron Maiden's guitar solos overall. Um, just and I love whenever like they play it live, or back in the day, I guess, because they don't play it live anymore. They haven't played it live since 1988, but it's just so good. Again, a great song, and in my opinion, even better when performed live. Like, yeah, it's super fast, I guess, for an Iron Maiden song on the studio version, but when they play it live, it's even, like, basically 10 times faster. It's just a great song, very, very catchy, really awesome lyrics, really creepy subject matter about, like, a crazy guy in this London subways, like, going after people, sort of like, and it's going after killing people. Like, it's just a really creepy subject matter, but the song's really, really catchy. And just an also really awesome album artwork. I'm not gonna bother pulling out the album to show you guys because you already know, but just really awesome. I love it. Honestly, I know I'll probably get a lot of people pissed for saying this, but I would really like to see a death metal band cover this song if Iron Maiden would allow it, because honestly, it's the only Iron Maiden song I can see actually being covered by a death metal band and the song actually working out, because it is definitely the most vicious Iron Maiden song, the fastest, and the one that seems the most the most plausible for a death metal band to cover because it's just so vicious. The lyrical theme is perfect, and I don't know. For some reason, I really want Cannibal Corpse to cover this song, or maybe I don't know, maybe Massacre. Either Massacre or Cannibal Corpse, I think would be awesome. I really wish at some point my dream is for one of those two bands to cover this song. Again, if Iron Maiden will let them, because it's just so good. And again, it's good as it is, but also I think it would be really awesome as hearing a death metal version of that song. But yeah, it's a perfect song. Again, like my top 3 are just perfect songs overall. And another thing I want to mention is it's definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite Paul Di'Anno vocal performance. Like again, especially in the beginning where he's like, "Oh yeah, Oh, yeah, I mean, come on. Like, yeah, Bruce Dickinson did awesome during the, when he did his version of the song. But Paul Di'Anno, like, there's no replicating Paul Di'Anno's vocal style at all. Alright, my number one song. My favorite Iron Maiden song of all time is The Trooper. Not a big surprise there. I think I've said it before in another video. But, yeah, I mean, such a fun song, and then I'm like, I love the song, and then me being able to see it be performed live, and seeing Bruce Dickinson have the trooper outfit on, and him running around with the British flag. I mean, it's just awesome. Like, it's awesome to experience, like, listening to the studio version, but it's even more awesome experiencing the live version. Just really awesome. Again, one of, if not my favorite Bruce Dickinson vocal performance. And then probably another really great, definitely another really great Steve Harris moment with his bass is very audible in this. Like, yeah, it's usually quite audible, like pretty good, but in certain songs it's very audible, like super audible, and I love it. And then a really awesome guitar solo, and just really interesting subject matter overall. But yeah, that's it for my top 10 favorite Iron Maiden songs of all time. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video.